Welcome on back everyone to Total Warhammer 3 in part 8 of our legendary Yuan Bo Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we are here where Kalawaka here has sent up his little lizard band Flare, and the settlement garrison of Hexoatl has come on in to rush to his aid, bringing their temple guard as their captain and a whole bunch of inks. And then we've gotten Jiren Kato as the reinforcements, bringing his shielded elite Saurus warriors. See if we can handle it. Auto-resolve things will be a close victory where we lose no one, but the casualties we will receive will be medium, meaning most of our front line will be gone. I think we can probably do a little bit better, but against Saurus, as soon as they close that gap, it's always quite harrowing. Oh, this is the map where we can set up on top of this bluff here, and then force them all in to this little choke point and bombard them with arrows. It'd be a great time. Let's get to it. Alright, so Mazda is coming in from over here. That actually allows us to set up in a little bit of a different formation than normal. We can kind of deploy in this sort of way, where they're going to be coming through in this choke point between here and here. So we'll start deployment. Let's get these Jade Warrior shields set up. We're going to have them kind of in a shell formation. That way the enemy does rotate around their line ever so slightly, giving our crossbows a bigger target. Same thing with the Jade Lion Breath. There we are. We'll hold them back just a bit there. That way the enemy is still forced. Well, let's see. We can rotate them, cut off that flank, and they can be forced up and around there. That'll work out quite nicely. Then we can set up all of our crossbows. We'll go you two in front. I'm going to put the Nangal standard boys up here, then the other two behind. Since he's higher up, he'll get an even better range advantage there. Beautiful. And spears protecting this flank and the backside here. Mr. K holding down to this flank as well. We'll grab Mochi, our flying crack cat up front. Mochi hurt me in real life. Leave, I'm not talking to you. We'll set the crows up behind, so Mochi will be the head of the crow command. That shouldn't be too strong at all. Enemy has a couple pterodons coming in, so we'll just crash them in immediately. We have the Fearsome Roar ability. Removes immune to psychology and drops leadership by 8 for everyone in a 35-meter radius. That's pretty great. We can get one of these leadership drops in tandem with the Elemental Incarnate Beast. We can get some leadership nukes out of nowhere. Look at him. Oh, he looks great. I won't lie, it does look a little bit more Ind-inspired than even proper Cathayan, but I do absolutely love the model. A Purified Manticore is what it is in the lore. Basically, I guess the Celestial Emperor, the Celestial Dragon Emperor is so strong that he can use magic to uncorrupt warp entities, which in and of itself is insanely terrifying. He is beyond powerful. I don't think anything else in lore has ever been mentioned to pure chaos corruption. Let's go Felix on this side, Gate Master up front since he's a little bit more tanky than Felix. Actually, take it back. You've got that crossbow that'll be pretty nasty in someone's flank.
Stone and steel.
Right. I'd say it's a pretty staunch line. I'm just gonna have Yuan Bo charge Kalawaka here, who is very confident. We'll send the Longwood Riders with you, and then we'll have good old Jade War Drum here set up in the center, where it can hit everyone with its heavenly beats. Let's take a look at our new Jade War Drum as well. I think the unit looks fantastic, and lends all sorts of cool aesthetic here. They had armies. We'll hear the war drum beat in the background. It doesn't change the rhythm as you change to the actual Jade drum rhythm, which is a shame, but it is still cool to hear it beating in the background. I think that's enough blubbering. Let's get everyone in their units and this battle started. I'm gonna have the heroes up front. There we are. Everyone else, we got the flyers. Let's get this thing going. I'm gonna have our Jade War Drum. We've got the Disdain of the Dragon Emperor. Let's get you guys moving towards Kalawaka here.
If we win, Our enemies will flee, and Cathay will endure.
We got Disdain of the Dragon Emperor, reload skill melee attack, armor, or magical attacks and can cause fear. Let's start with the Disdain of the Dragon Emperor and then switch it over to the Bastion once they close the gap.
The Emperor expects.
Emperor expects. Alright, Yuan Bo, let's go ahead and launch a couple spells their way. Just weaken him up a bit. Launching spells. He's still confident. Oh, and he summons in a Skink Priest. I think they can use lightning, so I'm going to keep you moving. What do you have access to? Oh, the Cloak and Wind Blast. Interesting. Nothing too intimidating then. Let's go after Cloaca still. We'll just ignore the Skink Priest. He has bonus V large, I'm guessing. Oh no. We'll just go ahead and land here. Go ahead and ward save up the Longma. Give this ward save while we destroy these two. Guess we'll destroy the Avatar first. 25 more seconds. I'm gonna get the Longma back up in the air and let Jade Dragon deal with Cloaca. Yeah, it should have immensely shortened its time here. Let's go around one more time and smash in. Jade Dragon and his bodyguard. I'm also trying to break the leadership on the unit, that way it runs the hills. Go ahead and drop another one on Yuan Bo himself this time. Smash back in. They're fleeing. We've got reinforcements to worry about, but I'm not so worried. Hardened Cathayans. Actually, we don't really need this spear unit here. We'll deploy them behind. Will they summon in another enemy unit? Oh no! Pull the Long Rider's way and let Yuan Bo just deal with the enemy there. Beautiful. They're all huddled up in the corner, scared. Our camera doesn't even reach that far. Chase him down, bud. Let's bring the Longma Riders back over with the rest of the Flying Cav. Let them have a little bit of a rest.
Emperor's Executioner.
One more love tap and that's the execution. Maybe not. You missed. You have to actually land the hit. I thought he was supposed to... There he goes. Let's get moving. Maybe that's what they got rid of, where he doesn't have it naturally anymore. Unless we've got the Dragon's Fang. Indeed. So he isn't going to execute the heroes unless he's got the Dragon's Fang, and that kind of solves that mystery. So what's the plan here? You gotta hide in the corner. Alright, warriors. Forward a little bit. We'll scare them out. Yuan Bo, Dragon Mode. I think he can still use the Fireball. And we'll just send all the flyers with you. And we'll harass them into coming over our way. Beautiful. They got scared just for him getting up in the air. I understand. We're just gonna go maul those Pterodon riders. The Cathayan Air Force rides. Which, now that the fact that it actually is more varied and interesting looking than the Lizardmen Air Force, we need some help for the Lizardmen. I mean, they do have the Javelin units up front, so it's probably not the best idea to just charge in like a bunch of crazies, but this might wake them up. Pull the Flying Cab back a bit. We'll leave the Celestial Lion forward since it's a little bit larger. Jade Dragon. Let's go ahead and throw a fire. Well, let's get through these trees. Same thing with you. Just gotta circle around these trees. Because they're bringing the javelins after us. All right, now we throw the fireball in the middle of this big blob. Do the thing. Yoink, and now go land in the Skink cohort. We'll have the other lion take the other group out. You guys move forward and grab the Pterodons. I will have the Longma go after the Pterodon. The crows shouldn't be hampered by the trees at all, so charge them in there. Get the lion away. Drop leadership, and then go ahead and retreat. Chase those pterodons. Get these crows up in the air, they got their charge bonus, now flee. And the Jade Dragon also, got these out of there, perfect. Go smash into this sneak cohort, send them fleeing, scurrying away to the jungle. Back to the line. Jade Dragon, you go ahead and pull away now. We can execute this for full. We just need to get out of the middle of all these javelins. Dangerous time for anyone. I'm gonna have you two Crowmen jump this group of javelins, and you go through and get this other one. Yeah, because you have to go over the top, huh? Jade Dragon. Just keep harassing these lines. Ooh, let's go ahead and have them double team this group. There are some Saurus warriors in the front there, but they should be hampered a bit by the trees. Go ahead and slam in. Same thing here. I'm seeing nothing but winning on the other side. Good hit. Now flee. Hit and run attacks all over the place. Alright, these crows need to get out and away from that group. Yuan Bo, keep hovering nearby just in case. Crows are pretty good at breaking from combat, so don't necessarily have to worry about it. Rotate this army, that way we actually have full area of effect on our shots. Crows are out and away from combat. Let's bring the Dragon Guard in just in case. Yeah, have them go hit that unit there. They're isolated just enough. Same thing with his Lord. We'll fly away just a bit and throw a fireball at him. It'll be great. Yoink. And you also will throw a fireball at him. Marvelous. Let's come back on in. They've got several swords defending that javelin troop, so let's just have you guys go up on top of the hill. Jade Dragon. Come on away there. Destroyed this group of javelins. That was perfect. Exactly what I wanted you guys to do. That's a group of Temple Guard. Let's pull away from them. Let's have the Celestial Lion. Stay nearby. You go ahead and land in on their Lord. He is completely exposed now. Give Felix the inability to be flanked and send him straight on in.
I suppose so.
Errol stuck it on here with him. Not scared. Boost up your bonus the infantry. Flaming attacks as well. Drop the hammer. Spears move in on the Stegodon. In fact, all of our crossbows, you guys all focus on the Stegodon all at the same time. Beautiful. And now we deal with the remaining javelin threats. Where's my lion? We'll have you just kind of circle around. You can execute the lords. Let's pull away from combat. Go find something else. In fact, smashing into these spears will be great. Goes around. We just drop the execution sword on this poor fool. And that's the end for him. Cathay thanks you. We increase the armor of everyone in the front lines now. Bring the dragon through. Crows are taking a lot of damage. If we can get them out of the fights they're in. Jade Dragon, go ahead and drop down and help. Keep trying to pull the crows away here. Where's my lion? You can get it to roar over the tops of these guys, scare them all. Pull you away from the fighting, drop the fire through the front line, give them a roar. Give them a roar. Let's have most of the crossbows that are left here blast into these short sort of spears. I'm looking for the cavalry unit there. You guys smash through. Crows come back on in. Yeah, we need the longbow out of melee. Cats, let's go ahead and fly back on in and find some friends. Chuck a fireball into... Whoop, facing the wrong direction and everything.
Besotted.
Go ahead and switch back into normie mode. Well done, Crowman. Bring Battle Cats back on in as well. Felix is doing fantastic. Our line is very staunch. Most of the spearmen haven't even been in combat. That extra armor is fantastic.
Doing it.
Return and make sure you're firing on the... Oh, that's
Attack! A sure thing.
Felix. Wrong unit.
Cathay prevails. Spy
Yuan Bo, let's make sure our front line is defended.
Blessings of change. Cavalry.
Beautiful. All of our crows can come on together and smash into some of these broken spears. We'll have the crows go after the skinks. And there's the win. Absolutely glorious. We've got a lot of defenders of Hexoatl to run down. Let's see if we have anything that increases speed. No, not at all. Oh, reload skill it is. Plesiosaurus to run down, and I'll catch you guys in a moment. Alright, the defenders of Hexoatl learning that they are not, in fact, the protagonists of this story any longer. We only lost 84 of them in the fighting. I will go ahead and execute these captives here.
Such a waste.
Indeed.
Cannot defeat them.
Such a waste. A Scroll of Blast. This scroll has a bound spell that, when read, will unleash a sharp blast of arcane light. Not a bad spell. Not a good spell, but not a bad spell either. But not to resolve this battle here and play Hexoatl as is. No need to damage any of these buildings. We'll just dust off the lizardmen things. We get to claim it at tier 2, huh? That's a bit disrespectful. It's got a Nangao forge and a dormitory, both of which are getting torn out.
For Cathay.
Beautiful. With 2 skill points, let's go ahead and increase his spellcasting capabilities. Here we've got Sure Aim already, and we can start upgrading the lions here along down the line. But for now, we shall increase his casting capabilities. Power of Yin, speed and armor. Let's just go Blossom Wind. I have learned the sheer power of obliterating lines of skinks with Blossom Wind.
Meteor winds.
And the blind effect cannot be understated. Go ahead and give Heaven Mom more armor. He's already got quite a bit. Let's go Bandolier to increase his ammunition. Perfect.
Sorcery.
Now we just have to get Hexoatl up to tier 3 in order to put in the Astromantic Relay, which will be the first in our 4-step path to victory.
Plans are afoot.
Yuan Bo's 4-step plan for success. Alright, Xiao Kang, you have just claimed the Monument of the Moon, so there's no moving, but we're going to have him come on up north and set up in Hexoatl. We are likely going to be at war with the lizards for quite some time, but we want to wipe them out quick. I say quite some time and then wipe them out quick. We're trying to knock them out fast so I can actually upgrade Yuan Bo's army with cats. We need lots of stone cats to bring in Satang the Watcher. Got 8,000 gold to work with. Let's go ahead and upgrade the Jade Barracks here at the Floating Pyramid. Same thing with the River Port for a little bit more gold. Control doesn't actually decrease our income here in vanilla, which is great. Wouldn't be a bad idea to try to get things in order, though. The Iron Mining Pit gives us just iron and 200 income. Still not bad. Let's go ahead and grab that on in. As soon as this does transfer over to the bamboo scaffold, we will then... We're currently Yin 2. That will put us completely in balance. Perfect. No problem. We will then grab the Temple of Yang here and use whatever gold we can then to upgrade the Riverlands. One Mao has made it back to the Baleful Hills. That's where we're going to head to next. They're likely to pouncing over towards Shilong. This army is not very threatening, but we need to deal with them quickly before it spreads and before the Ratmen come on down from the north. Also, here at the Baleful Hills, I would love to go... Well, that's free. Absolutely. Easiest sell ever. I think that's all we can actually upgrade this turn. Wax has a couple of buildings we could take up to the next tier. Alright, well with the Wujing Compass, we're currently at +4 control. Income from buildings also +15% for all of our regions. Which, our income is actually pretty solid right now. In order to keep our lands safe, let's go ahead and swap over to the Great Bastion for replenishment rate, and then the Summon of Ancestral Warriors.
Celestial General.
Yeah, the rats just aren't... They're not going for it.
Snitch cannot.
Absolutely would love to pounce on this army. There's no telling what's nearby. It's such a juicy target. We could deal with the Deathmaster, but then I don't know if we could escape.
The celestial host.
And there's no telling where that other army went. Waiting for them to come to us, though, is always a bad idea. They've got us in a tough spot here.
Traverse the high ground.
We'll just go into that ambush stance again.
Celestial General.
If they turn it around on us, we're in bad shape.
Men, to your exercises.
In fact, so much so that the ambush stance is almost just a bad idea. We'll hang out here in Mingzhu, make them come to us. We'll grab a few more peasant spears. Just, well, you know what? Peasant archers is really what we need, not spears. That's where all of our damage is coming from. Beautiful. So over here in Pahwalexa, we can get the Jade Dragon's Edict to try to help out the control. Then we can save a little bit of gold. Should have plenty of upgrades to get to very, very soon, so we'll need all the money we've got. How many more turns until we've got the next stone token here? In 2 turns. That's actually quite fast, especially if we get into a couple fights soon. Alright. Diplomacy. I choose you.
Armored in faith.
Mortalo really wants to be friends. You know what, for now, we'll take at least the non-aggression pact, and whatever gold they're willing to give me for it.
He's done.
We can always break this later on.
Repel. What?
Yes.
Averland still wants to make some deals. We will take the deal, and no gold this time. That's not enough. Make it worth it. They're going to be gone soon anyway, but
Mistress of Ice.
this just pushes our friendship along with Reichland.
Approach us, friend, and make
Midland
your
isn't
offer.
going to be around long. We won't siphon the money from them, but we will take the defensive alliance.
As you say, sir.
On the hunt.
Build up these alliances.
Wind.
Plus, we can grab a couple of Imperial soldiers before they're wiped out. Try our best to, at least. So an outpost in... Oh, good grief. What's your best settlement here? Probably Karlberg. None of them are good, though. Because they're all minor. Wait, this might be $2,000. Not very well spent. Got some knights, though, which we don't have access to the Jade Lancers just yet, so we can kind of slot in some knights. Honestly, normal Imperial soldiers I don't rate as highly as Cathayans. So we will ignore this. The Huntsman can be pretty nice. Let's not. It's just, that's too much money. Plus, there's a very good chance they're going to get confederated by Reichland, naturally. So we'll let them construct a outpost in our settlements, and we'll just leave that from there. Alright, now we've got a little bit of gold to work with. I'm thinking... We're going to Sotek up to tier 3 for the...
The dragon's love is in doubt.
Port is probably a good call. That means we need to wait an additional turn. And we can do that next turn. Yep, that's going to be the call there. So the other thing we're going to do with our gold is back over in Cathay proper. Although we are going to push the enemy out. That's not quite Cathay, is it? I want to make sure we don't lose more territory. So here in Shangwu, we will recruit in a brand new dragon-blooded shooting gun of Yang once more. So we've got Chunye here, and we will go ahead and name her properly.
Dragon-blooded sugar.
Although this name's going to twist up my tongue all the time, for sure.
Celestial.
You are now
ancestors.
Yuan Ye, or Ye. Help me out with my pronunciations, please, those who know.
Natural authority.
For you, we'll give you the good old Root Marcher, Inspiring Presence, Dragon's Breath, and then Wall of Wind and Fire. That was nearly enough to win the day in that previous battle.
Tool worthy
That's what we're gonna go
of
for
the
here.
dragon. I expect loyalty, efficiency.
Still in
and
yen, and I'm not going to try to switch things over. We don't have time to. So, as an archers, and that's going to be that. We can grab a few through global, which I'm going to do. Beautiful.
Servant of the dragons.
And while you're here, you can even grab a few more allied recruitment units, which normally I'm not going to be cool with, but let's grab some crane guns here since we actually have some distance. We actually can probably recruit them in. Crane guns and 1 unit of crowmen. Crowmen are so strong. Actually, do we have any more heroes?
Celestial glory.
Sigh, not yet. Alright. Well, we save. We ignore the outpost. And we end the turn. Well, hello, Lokir. He's going to be attacking Wei Jin. I will give this one to Otto. There's likely another army behind him, but let's get rid of him.
Cathay Eternal!
Well done, lads.
shall
We will
prevail.
100% be... say veneration normally, but let's take the gold.
They are
Read.
sufficiently broken.
Alright, well, Lokir is incredibly insistent that we are losing that settlement. And actually, chances are we will here now. I'm gonna click through very quickly. We've got the banner of the Moon Empress. Awesome. Oh, technology research. Grace of Kuai Yin. And the Moon Empress loves every child of Cathay dearly, but she most favors those who show fealty to the elemental winds of shadow and spirit, which will drop our upkeep further for Yin units. Back up to the Riverlands here, where Lokir is being a menace. We should have fought that battle. That was my mistake.
Empire is besieged.
So now if we throw down outside, we can take them down again, but we lose a lot of units. Lokir is on foot. We do have Harmonic Convergence and Wind Blast. I'm trying to think, can we win this battle with less losses than they're saying here? Don't know. Because most of our front line is so in tatters, surviving charge is going to be pretty tough. Let's go for it. I think we can do better than the AI is giving us credit for. Onward. Alright, well, a defensive line in the rice paddies is the only way. At least in my opinion. Especially when they're deploying all the way over here. So let's go ahead and start deployment. Makes me think they're going to try to wait on us, but we do have the big blimp, so it kind of forces them to come over towards us because it has such long range. Let's go. Crossbows and Jade Warrior crossbows in the back. Archers up front. Plan is we're going to push them to about this position.
Warrior crossbows.
Alright, I want my front line to be the Celestial Dragon Guard, following the normal Jade Warriors. We'll have the halberds on this end, and we'll double up the spears over here on the other side. Awesome stuff. Melee line. Let's grab the single entities first. Melee line. And then our very, very beleaguered cavalry. I'm going to use as both a distraction force and scouts. Keep the Jade Lances over here. And you can set up on top of the hill.
Cathay!
Get those crane guns to use.
Celestial sorcerer.
Alright, battle begin. Move them all to here. We'll have the spears take position.
Wisdom and harmony. These witless oaths shall be easily overcome.
We will see, won't we?
Minds as one! Jade Warriors!
Have you boys post up kind of right here. We'll try at least. Then we'll have the Halberdier lads in Z's position. Okay, so let's have you just kind of skate over the top and start shooting at Lokir. We'll have the Cav come on up as scouts for the Shades, because them two combined should be able to handle the Shades. Plus, we can plop down some Ancestral Warriors. Get those rifles trained on the Kraken Lord.
My test begins.
Even our Astromancer will be fine in combat, but he really won't hold for very long. Right in the water there.
Infinite pride.
We just want you guys kind of scouting for those Shades. We might even really want you to fire on one of the Masters instead. What's Lokir's missile resist looking like? It's pretty high. He doesn't have a shield though. Doesn't have a shield though. You guys are way too close. That was a pretty large mistake. We'll start getting blasted by crane guns though. Roll them back over towards our lines. Jade Lances, you stay near. And then just start doing the spin of doom. Problem is the rifle shots don't go where we want them then. Alright, they're pulling away now. Not quite that brave. They're flinging shots. They've dropped a rider there. Well done. The Lokir and company are doing a pretty good job of avoiding damage. Pretty sure normal masters have a shield. Yeah, they've got a bronze shield. Look, it's pretty good damage with the shield breaker shots. It is indeed. Perfect. Keep it flying on in then. Get you a little bit closer. To avoid any accuracy loss there. Jade Lance is in. Scout Cav forward. Bit of a boring beginning here, but any damage we can get is going to be great. Not wanting to show us their information as we click on them. They've got maximum wounds in their lords. Go ahead and have the blip start going back since it's so slow. Lances come as well. Let's cut them cut across the line. We don't want anyone going around the rocks there. As they surround the blimp, they can fire on many targets at once. Keep shooting at these masters. They have the least amount of health. That's going to be a nice leadership debuff. Keep falling back because I don't know where the Shades are. Come on in to say hi. Say hello to you too, Mochi. Or not. Now that we've spoken to her. See you later, Cat. We have Cathay to defend. Yeah, we'll let them get laced full of arrows. So that's going to go great for those Dark Riders. So they get decimated. Perfect. Let's keep you moving. Don't trust the Shades, as I've said 100 times now. If they keep marching straight into a kill box, I'm here for it. All of the lords are on mounts, which means our Ancestral Warriors will be extra effective. Let's come off to the side slightly, that we're not getting shot by our own crossbows. Keep moving back as well, because those Scourge Runners actually have a missed shot. Speed things up a little bit. These blimps move so slowly. We need to get some extra vermilion birds on this side for use as rockets. Alright, still don't see the Shades, but the Masters are charging straight on in. May just lead to their doom. Keep cutting across. We'll have you two both crash into Scourge Runner chariots at the same time. They're just going to cut the flank that aggressively, really. Fair enough. Not much we can do about it. Pull back. Likely to lose the Jade Lances there. There's the Shades hiding in the woods. About time to call in the Ancestors. Not yet, though. You guys go after this group. All crossbow teams. Let's go ahead and eliminate Lokir if we can help it. Urge runners are gone. So both Cav teams go deal with the Blackheart Corsairs. And by deal with, I mean slow them down for a moment. Harmonic convergence on the lads that are about to throw down with Lokir. I mean, Lords are already gone, and the heroes, that is. Skate you around behind. And then we can summon in the Ancestor Warriors to help sandwich Lokir into the afterlife. Beautiful stuff. Let's have this group unit of Dragon Guard just kind of post stuff over here. We can Wind Blast through the Sisters of Slaughter. I do crossbows, deal with the Shades. Gotta keep flying around behind. Make sure no one can flank us. There it is. Lokir's running for the hills, and that's the end for the Dark Elves. And with quite a few less losses than the auto-resolve would have given us. Well done, lads. Alright, not bad at all. No one falls, we should be able to replenish them at least fairly quickly. While I'm tempted to go for the gold, we definitely need to make sure we have at least a few more troops.
Workers for the great cause.
Alright, that's that.
Worship.
Oh, we've got Mutant in here now, so it looks like they were trying for a double smash and grabs. Hopefully Xiong can catch them. Now Snickage is in here. And the other version of Snitch is gone. This is all sorts of bad.
Reverence fades.
Reverence fades. Wei Jin can... If we have the walls, I think we can hold against the rats, but unless we do, we're in lots of trouble. I also want to come out and take down Snickage the Dominator. This isn't a bad spot, but if the other guy's not there, we're maybe able to cut the head off at least one of the snakes. Zhang is going after
That is forbidden.
He Long in March stance for some reason.
The Emperor
I guess we'll do the same. I don't exactly know how far you can move, but I bet it's not much further than this, so let's go ahead and move to about here. Don't mind staying in March stance just so we get
without heroics.
he doesn't get that one trait.
Dragon-blooded Shogunga.
We can maybe bring Yuan with you. Old Jesse Sharpeye, digging for treasure.
Descended from
They might decide to go after him together, which
Attention.
would be a fair strategy at this point.
Authority.
Yeah, I should have checked, shouldn't I? Don't move in March is the moral of most stories.
Serve from the front.
I believe in his abilities.
That is forbidden.
If she could reach.
I am denied.
There's no telling exactly how many units they'd have next turn, but I think even tired, we can hold against
Don't be a fool.
some scurvy dogs with at least the number of archers I have here. Won't be easy.
Celestial General.
Honestly, we must be a bit more aggressive. Let's move up in
Humility in
kind of
all
slowly.
things.
There's no way this army holds against us.
Need my warp token stash.
Travel with readiness.
There's also no way he's here by himself.
Enforce
Oh
the
goodness,
dragon's
this is a bad idea.
will. Leader of men.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
March
Fall
with
back.
speed.
We're just dumb. We should have just kept him
General
there.
of the Celestial Host.
All right, we also have enough stone tokens to actually go ahead and turn one of our districts into a lovely commercial district. I'm gonna do here at Shangwu. Shangwu, the commercial district. Now all of the... Show us exactly what it says. Improved effects from settlement buildings and infrastructure and resources. Perform. Leech was slain, and Kagarash as well. Beautiful. I've got one additional token on either side. We do need to claim back the Bridge of Heaven. So everything here in Shangwu will have additional effects. So here at the Administration Center, all of our heroes will be recruited at +3 rank. Is it all provinces? Fantastic. With the Yen Lodge, we get a extra replenishment rate plus 3% for all of our yen units in all armies, which is, again, pretty awesome. And then the exotic animal market gives us a charge bonus plus 10% for all cavalry units in all armies. So you get better military buffs from the commercial districts than you do from the actual military ones. We'll be swapping the other over quite quickly then. That's great. You don't gain any buffs from any of the other smaller settlements, just the major one, which does make sense. Alright, so for our next technology, extra income from cities by 10%. Honestly, sounds pretty good. Peasant Levy Edict gives us more leadership for all of our peasants. Except for the archers. Chemical Mortar will drop how long it takes to build our settlements. Let's go Harmonic Mastery first. I'm sorry, base damage plus 20% for Mesli or for Yen units? Sign us up. 20% more speed for Yang. Alright, I'm starting to see some of the changes coming into work now. Recruitment cost reduction, extra recruitment for all of our caravan masters, which is that's what it is, I guess. Even more range. Can't wait. Alright, well, for now we'll go with Harmonic Mastery to increase our income a little bit further.
In the future.
Investment in the future.
Servant of the dragons.
Probably pull you back just a little bit to be safe, but we are not going to. I've got some Ancestral Warriors, and I can summon them immediately on top of one of the enemy lords.
First among warriors.
Let's go ahead. Mutant here could also choose to just come after Mingzhu and March, and they have a lot of rats surrounding. Many fun times ahead. 12,000 gold. Let's go for the village here. Come on back over into the Aymara swamps. Upgrade the old lumber mill. We are in fact back in harmony, which is perfect. Wax will do the same with the alchemy workshop, the goods emporium. What else do we want to put in here? No research rate coming from this building, but we could make sure we're gaining the Jade and Jet Lions. Any more alchemists would also be a good call. Let's do the Celestial Tower. In fact,
This is a time.
we've got one over here now, that way we can start pulling in some of our mini alchemists. So we've got Jiu Chen the Wise, Rang Jiahuo the Weapon Specialist, or Zhengdi Kai the Martial Artist, which we're absolutely bringing in.
Astromancer.
You can throw hands and magic.
An impossible path.
Dude, you're fine. Get in the... Oh, no, you can't get in settlements. That makes sense, wouldn't it?
First, I must meditate. Favorite
First, I
wizard
must
Shen
meditate.
Yong.
We'll give you points into scouting and spread control. Harmonic Convergence, Rolling Skies, and then we're going to grab Granite's Thunderbolt for blasting apart units of
The waves
missile
aid
troops,
my
and then Curse of the
meditation.
Midnight Wind for any kind of melee blobs. Then we'll bring you
Land
into
and sea belong to
Yuan
the
Bo's army.
Emperor.
I don't really like either of the other two of these, but why is actually giving us more spell intensity? I completely missed that the first time. That's actually great. Extra powerful meteorites.
Astromancer of the
We got Jiu Chen as well.
Azir provides.
That's a great Moonbird, which I'm very excited for. Some scouting, spread control, harmonic convergence. Same kind of thing here.
Azir, celestial wind, reveal my path.
Beautiful. Staff of Wu Jing. Let's go for ancillaries first. Anything that is kind of for heroes, I would prefer that go to Yuan Mao, the water snake breeder that is. Banner of the Moon Empress gives one of our units stock. I would like to go for that with Yuan Bo. We can have him be the silent executioner.
That's what
That's what we're gonna do for now. As far as the magic items go, you've got really good ones. I don't like the Mosh Shard, though, even though it does buff up damage. Don't like dealing damage to yourself. We'll kind of keep this in the back for once we actually start getting access to some of the Vortex spells, so we can pop the Mosh Shard and then have some extra juiced up Vortexes ripping through the enemy. You're pretty well set up. Let's come on back into Kevin once more.
A celestial command.
Also pretty well set up. Yuan has a Crystal of Kunlun, which is awesome.
The waves dance
Mao.
before the heavens.
I have to remember just the last name, the last name in the sequence is the one I say. Now, for our Lord Magistrate, is there any weapons we can hand off to you? Obsidian Amulet is not great, so we'll give you a Luckstone instead.
How the men grumble. Most tiresome. Surely a gift
Apparently
from
he's
the
a
dragons.
big tired boy.
Sorcery.
Right, let's get back out there. I'm thinking we are going to swivel to keeping them from coming from the north here, so let's go ahead and move after the Fallen Gates.
The executioner's task.
These next couple battles should just be auto-resolvable.
Possible. Even for a dragon.
Although we might lose our Jet Lion. Oh, hang on now. 3 sets of Temple Guards and we lose our Jet Lion. Alright, Mr. K, you were gonna force our hand. We can't give it to Yuan Bo. How unfortunate. It has to go to a normal unit. Or a yin-based unit. I see. One that's not flying. Well, none of these I really care about. We'll give it to you. Since you have the... Oh, never mind. We have the range banner on you. Range banner. Stock banner. Now let's go butcher us a few more lizardmen. Alright, 7 wins in magic to start. We will not be doing any kind of channeling. We'll start deployment. Doesn't save our last one, how sad. What I'll do is kind of just set up over here then. Try to draw them to this choke point. If it doesn't work... Actually, you know what? That's not going to work. Is it? Not even a little bit. Do you two up front. We'll have to maneuver the army a little bit off the beginning of the battle. Let's set them up in the jungle. You indeed have fun in games, mostly archery based. Kind of like summer camp. Warriors up front here. We won't worry about giving them a super in-depth formation. This should be pretty quick clapping, even if we're not taking it seriously. Felix there. We'll have Jade Lion. I'd rather not send it into melee off in the trees. We'll still probably bring it in to use the breath spells because of how powerful they are, but I'm not sending it straight into melee. Long run to back. Proper Air Force now. I love it. Alright, single entities in a group. Let's go with Felix, Kevin, Yuan Bo, missile troops, and the flyers. Let's get them. Let's move up as quick as we can to about this position. Yuan Bo head up front. All the flyers stop them from doing anything they want to do. We'll start launching rocks over towards them immediately. Our recharge reserves for a second. Just kick in the Staff of Bujing immediately. Need to be in a position where the fireball will actually hit them, so let's go now.
Winds are mine to command.
I'll do the same. Launch a fireball at this group.
Shield of the Celestial Empire.
They'll be forced to come up this choke point.
Jade Warriors.
There we are. I'm gonna go ahead and reorganize my Jade Warriors because it bothers me. Can't look ugly.
Bringing harmony.
Up.
Move as wind.
Carve a path.
In position. They're just gonna get a post up down in the bottom of the valley. It won't save you. Fly over the top all aggressive like. Show of force time.
Praise the dragons. It pleases the dragons.
And activate reload skill mode. Again, we have our lovely Blossom Wind now. I can show you what all this does to the skinks. No, don't move. You're being absolute killjoys. Flyers, you're scaring them. Back up this way. Are you on mode? Now we Blossom Wind this direction. Oh, they're gonna get out of range. You're lucky. Don't blame this unit up though if it catches them. Ouch. They're all blinded. Gonna bounce off the wall there, and that skink cohort is gone. They have all their models, but their health is eliminated. Let's launch this into this group. Another fireball for you. I am unbreakable. I guess little baby fireballs at you. This is a group of temple guards. Give them the old flame love tap. They reacted to that instantly. Good job, Hivemind. Go ahead and drop into Transformation of the Dragon here after giving yourself support save. Annihilate this cohort group in the back. Bastion for Big Boy. Turn him into a dragon. Switch it over into armor mode. Where's Felix at? Run up front, jump into these skink cohort. Help out Papa Bo. Who will smash into these Temple Guard. Go ahead and get rid of their immunity to psychology, which is just dastardly. All of you deal with these Temple Guard, who are still going to be a problem for Yuan. Put him a little ways away from that. Bring the lion in over here. Now that their units are disrupted. Bolt should work out very well in our favor. Let them try to surround that poor guy. Evan, I believe in you. Move up the Spearmen to fight the Temple Guard. Waste all of their bonus to the large they've got. Piercing, that is, I mean. Whoa, we've got a few extra spears that have refound their bravery. Go ahead and throw a fireball into these Temple Guards, and then we'll switch targeting. All crossbows target these. Beautiful. Launch the Jade Lion Breath through now. Jade Dragon and our Jaeger can deal with that.
Why not?
I don't want you actually jumping into... What? Lion was excited for a second. Bring all of our cab back round and have them smash into the Temple Guard. Who waver in the face of the great plans unraveling. We'll have these astromantic relays built up in no time. Catch you in a moment. And we lose 5 brave Cathayans in the fighting. Can be honored one and all. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and... Man, sacking the Fallen Gates is so tempting. That's a lot of gold. Let's do it. Also would give us a few more steel tokens. We can try and claim it this turn? Absolutely. You can complain all you want. We'll go ahead and repair this. Got the spice market here in Hexoatl. I think I would like to try to keep things balanced for now, so let's go ahead and grab just the gold mine in Hexoatl, and then the ramparts of Yang. Normally it's something I wouldn't go for, because you get less of the Jade Warrior crossbows and more infantry. Might flip this later on. For now, let's make sure we're in balance.
The Celestial Command.
Beautiful stuff. Let's grab our Rolling Skies, make sure we are always winning the sky fights. Let's go for that.
For
The
Cathay.
Lizardmen are one of our only factions nearby that actually has some formidable flyers. These ones, they start getting Ripperdactyls. We'll grab a Foeseeker here for Kevin.
Keeper of Wuxing.
Glorious. And with that victory over Hexoatl, I am going to be out of time for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Yuan Bo episode. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub phone. I'll see you on the next one.